Like I said, a friendly nuisance. I got in the way, and it was deliberate. Again, friendly nuisances are dismissed.
How did you get the knowledge to outsmart the police?
Watching television, believe it or not. Joseph Wambaugh, police story. Got some tremendous insights into not just the gimmicks, the actual things, the tidbits that you would pick up from their procedures, but the mechanics behind that, the logic behind it, was I would not allow myself to walk into even a potential trap of behavior. And one of those was talking about those crimes too much.
Really? What do you talk about?
You know, books, movies. I watch all the cop shows on TV.
Do you know, Joseph Wambaugh? Police Story? You ever watched that?
Huge fan.
Oh.
I got a lot of my insights right there.
Really? What kind of insights?
Well, so for example, with cops, I would not allow myself to walk into a trap because I knew exactly how their minds work from watching Wambaugh.
What kind of trap are you talking about?
The classic is talking too much about the crimes, over interest.
How many would you say?
Well, it would be a guess, but I'd say right now, North America, more than 35.
35?
But you're never gonna find them if they don't want you to, not even close.
That can't be right.
Well, Holden, I'm not an expert, I'm not an authority. I'm just an extremely accomplished murderer who spent my adult life successfully evading capture.
Well, I'm not an expert. I'm not an authority. I'm someone who has been a murderer for almost 20 years.
Can you say how many people might be doing crimes like you were doing?
It would be a guess, but it's not. It's far more than 35. It isn't that impossible in this society. It happens.
Are there more people?
They didn't give up.
How many?
She didn't give
All
up.
she lived for, man, her work and her precious co-eds, whom she mothered relentlessly.
Do you think that she neglected you for them?
Put it this way, she had a very violently outspoken position on men.
I was also involved in killing co-eds because my mother was associated with college work, college co-eds, women, and had a very strong and violently outspoken position on men for much of my upbringing. My mother was a sick, angry, hungry, and very sad woman. I hated her.
I was a regular guy most of my life with a nice home, nice suburb. I had pets, I went to a good school, I was thoughtful, educated, well brought up young person. There's no question about it. But at the same time, I was living a vile, depraved, entirely parallel other life, filled with debased violence and mayhem and fear and death.
People see.
A nice guy.
Did you like Kemper?
I like Kemper.
You were able to appear like an ordinary person, non-threatening to...
I lived as an ordinary person most of my life, even though I was living a parallel and increasingly sick life.
I knew a week before she died I was gonna kill her. She went out to a party, she got soused. She came home alone. I asked her how her evening went. She just looked at me. She said for 7 years, she said, I haven't had sex with a man because of you, my murderous son. So I got a claw hammer and I beat her to death. Then I cut her head off. And I humiliated her. I said, there, now you've had sex.
I knew a week before she died I was going to kill her. And she went out to a party, she got soused, she came home, went to sleep. I was woken up by that, came out, I walked up to her bed, she's laying there reading a paperback, as many thousands of nights before. And she said, oh, I suppose you're going to want to sit up all night and talk now. And in a rage, I went right back in. For 7 years, she said, I haven't had sex with a man because of you. my murderous son. This is one of our arguments. I cut off her head, and I humiliated her corpse. So there.